Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Now, this time, Dad and I decided to see the film directed by Clint Eastwood called Hereafter. And this is a independent film coming out of Warner Brothers. And to be honest with you, I thought this film was superb. It was nothing short of excellent and spectacular. Now, of course, there were a few lulls, and that kind of knocks my rating from 4 stars to 3.5, but suffice it to say, the film itself opens up a lot of conversations about a topic that I'm very passionate about, which would be life after death. And the idea that the veil between the physical realm and the spirit realm are becoming thinner and thinner every single day. And there were a lot of things that were occurring in the film. In fact, there were 3 storylines happening at once. And I'm not going to tell you too terribly much about the storylines, because if I do, that would be a humongous plot point, and I think that would spoil a lot of the film and why it's such a good icebreaker and a conversation starter, especially with people who are spiritualistic, or those who are interested with the concept of life after death and spirits, that kind of thing. Matt Damon in his role as his character was very, very realistic, I thought. And I can really relate to his character, because I've had a lot of things happen to me that I can't personally explain, and I can't justify with scientific evidence or quantify with my knowledge and with what I know about the physical world, and versus what I fail to comprehend about metaphysics. And it's just really quite complex. And he his character goes through quite a bit. I won't tell you what happens, but there's a great cameo by Steve Sharippa, which I thought was really amusing. And then there was a cameo by the guy who is in A Serious Man, not the guy who played the main character, but the man who played his brother. And his role was really not that important, but it leads into more important elements of the film as it continues. This is a very interesting and unique kind of film, and it gets you thinking, which I really enjoy. I think that a movie that makes you think is good for your brain every so often. And you can talk to your friends about it if they happen to ask you the question, well, what do you think happens after somebody dies? And a lot of people think that nothing happens. I personally, I don't think that's true, because I've had what I like to call well, I don't really believe in coincidences, but since I have no other word for it, I have coincidences where I will have a feeling that I can't put my finger on, and I know that somebody close to me is coming to check up on me and see how I'm doing, or to reassure me that I'm doing the right thing and I'm on the right path and following my course. But they're just skeptics out there who just, they only see what's in front of their nose. They don't open their minds. And there's so much more out there that we cannot possibly comprehend because of our finite brains. And I wish I could go more in the depth with this, but this is a very deep and profound subject. And to be honest with you, I just, this movie is really fabulous. It is nothing short of just cinematic gold. I mean, a lot of the scenery shots, the panoramas were breathtaking. Um, there really were no huge, large-scale special effects or anything like that. I guess this is an independent film, and I learned at the end that Spielberg actually was the executive producer in this movie, and you could see touches of his humor and his work in the movie, and it brings forth a lot of questions that I think have been on a lot of people's minds, especially with Halloween coming up, and just the fact that we're thinking more about um, where the line between the physical and the spiritual exists, and where everything starts to blur. Um, it's just really fascinating to me. I'm really passionate about it because I've seen a lot of these things happen with my own two eyes, and I, without a shadow of a doubt, I believe all these things happen. I don't I don't deny them for 1 second. I am absolutely not insane. I'm very sober. I don't take any mind bending drugs or anything like that. I'm completely um, cognitive and rational. It's just that there's so many irrational elements in this what we know as our universe. That could get into a whole other subject that would take days, but I'm not even going to go there. But if you're interested in a movie that gets the synapses tingling and firing, and it really makes you look at relationships with humans, those who understand the whole nature of spirit, the true nature of spirit, and why it's just so rich and beautiful versus those who are more materialistic and they live for the moment, and they don't see beyond their blinds, so to speak. So I give Hereafter 3.5 stars, 2 thumbs way up. And Clint Eastwood should be just very proud of this work because it's just absolutely gorgeous, and it really deserves to be praised because there's so many topics that can be breached with this, and I really think that we're seeing a new era coming upon us. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it for what it is, and just it's just like Matt Damon's character says. You are not alone in this world. We are all one part of each other. We're all a family, so we've got to learn how to take care of each other while we're here on this training ground we call home.